Yet again, it's time to invite and introduce another special guest on my show. I have with me Panos, and he's from a Belgian electro twosome, which is a duo called King as Slave. Welcome to my show, Panos.
Thank you very much for having me. Hello, then.
Great to see you. So, Panos, from the King as Slave, you are in a duo, as I just mentioned, and who also makes up the other half of your pop project?
The other half is Paul, the drummer of the project and also the soul of the project. We've been together many years, for several years, in several other projects and bands, and we are also very good friends, like brothers. Now it's almost 20 years that we're playing music together. So yeah, that was the physical, the only logical end to this relationship to end up just the two of us in a project. You see.
That's
So
good.
it's Paul. Yeah,
It's nice to have that chemistry with someone so you can bounce off each other.
exactly. Uh, mhm.
And
Please go ahead.
the King of Slave, I wanted to ask, how did you come up with the name of the band,
That's
deciding on it?
a very good question, actually. I don't have a definite answer to that, to be honest. It's all Paul's thing, and it's all Paul's thought. But from the discussions we had, we what we wanted to share is and to show is the contrast between a king, between a slave, and how each one of those two can easily become the other, and it's also related very much to music itself. And even it also mirrors the process of writing, music itself. Like if you feel obliged to do a specific thing or to write a specific sound or whatever the audience wants, for example, so you're a slave to that. Or you can make your own decisions. We don't know. It's most of the times you don't have the answer, but we try to keep things, the way we like it. So I think that's why we like the name as well.
Yeah. And so King of Slave, you could think of a hierarchy,
Exactly.
right on with you. And when you were younger, was forming a duo or a band always something you aspired to do?
Yes, actually, I'm into music from the age of 5, something like that. So, and my first gigs, concerts, my first bands, it was in high school. And since then, that's the only thing I do and we do, Paul as well. We have toured with several bands, and that's what we always dreamed of, actually. Not touring itself, not becoming famous, but being into music and making music and sharing our music. So that's the most important part.
Doing your thing.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
On to the present day, you're promoting and plugging a brand new single called All In. And it's
hmm
described as crafting a sound that is both exploratory and deeply rooted in a shared artistic journey. That must
Right.
be a satisfying compliment for you.
It is actually. It is. We're getting a lot of nice reviews and nice comments. It's the second single coming out from the upcoming album. We're gonna release the full-length album on February 15th, this coming February. We also have a big concert in Brussels for presenting the album. And yeah, All In is a second single from this. Um, it's, the whole album is like an adventure for us as well because it wasn't meant to be an album. It was meant to be just an experiment on synthesizers from my side during COVID period. But that after a while, transformed into some structured songs. So that's when Paul came in and he told that, man, we have to make this an album. You have to write some lyrics. So let's do it. But it's experimental. We like to call, the whole project of King and Slave like a poetic experimental synth duo. But we have drums, of course, which is not pre-recorded, but all the other stuff it's synth based. So it's a mix of, live vocals, live drums, some pre-recorded stuff, a few guitars, just a few, but mostly synths and drums. So it's an experiment for us as well, because until now we were mostly playing in indie rock bands. So this is a whole new sound to us as well.
Nice. So 2025 is shaping up to be a positive year for you. A lot of things to look
Hopefully.
forward to.
Yes, 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 yes. We have some things coming up, starting from the concert in Brussels, and then hopefully we're gonna go on tour until the end of the year. So yeah, fingers crossed, we'll have a good one.
And with your new single called All In, did you record this in your home country?
Actually, I'm based in Brussels. Paul keeps traveling between Greece and Brussels. I'm also Greek, but living in Brussels for 15 years now. So we had to cope also with the COVID restrictions. So we made some, distant sessions. So he recorded some drums there. I was recording stuff here, and we keep exchanging, ideas and files. But yes, we actually recorded everything here in Brussels. The final recordings were done here, and it was mixed and mastered abroad with several countries, coming in to contribute. So it was a transnational, contribution from every side of the world, actually.
Mm. That's amazing. Coming out of the year pandemic, how the positives are how you can work with anyone on the planet remotely.
Exactly. It was a need. We had to do so, but after that, it opened new doors. It's true, eh? It's very true.
Mm. And with your new single All In, what do you hope will resonate with the audience on this signal? Just for example, is there a hidden meaning to the song where the listener can relate or connect with?
I hope so. When I'm the lyric writer, but I usually don't like to tell the audience what the lyric mean or whatever. But for this specific one, I hope that they get the same positive meaning as I get, which is go all in, don't be afraid, keep handing dreams, keep handing whatever you want to do, and just go all in. Don't think twice and don't look back. That's the meaning I get. And I normally, our music is not known for being very positive, to be fair, but there is always a melancholic, edge there. But still, for me, there is always some light, behind any darkness. So that's what I love the listeners. I would love the listeners to keep, from the lyrics and the song itself. For in this specific song, we have an exceptional female vocalist, Yuli, which is contributing also to the chorus and backing vocals and stuff, which is also great. And even sound-wise, when I listen to it, her voice helps me see the optimistic part of the song. You
Mm.
see, it's very bright.
Yeah, it's good to have a mystery, and sometimes it's nice to be intrigued what the listener, how the listener interprets the song.
Exactly. That's my favorite part, to be
Mm.
honest.
And are you are King the Slave independent artists as well? Is everything you do like off your own back?
Yes, actually, I also have some solo albums, four in total until now. Most of them are in Greek, some are in English, but yeah, we have several things going on. We also have another band called Pocket in Red, with a new album also coming up soon. So yeah, many things going on. And
Mm.
I also currently write some songs, composing some songs for other artists, other vocalists, and I'm very happy to do so as well.
Amazing. Who have been like your influences and inspirations over the years, and maybe some of your bandmates too?
It's that's a discussion that could keep going, for like a week if we started. But if I had to, go with, I don't know, a top three, a top five, something like that of influences, for sure it would be Radiohead and Tom York. Depeche Mode,
Yeah.
the Smiths, maybe Bjork. I like Bjork a lot. Nick Cave, stuff like this. But also, more electronic stuff. But I'm mostly into 90s, to be honest. like Moby or Chemical Brothers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
I
A
like
few
a
of
lot.
a few of like the experimental artists earlier on.
Exactly.
Got you.
Exactly.
I wanted to talk about another single you released. It was called Like Nothing, which is doing
Hmm.
reasonably well. I know you mentioned Depeche Mode as well. Had listened to Like
Exactly.
Nothing. I did like it. If it's
Thank
a
you.
nice 5.25 minutes long and very deep, some dark in places, perhaps, and maybe sympathy as well. As you were saying, the sound you're trying to capture.
Hmm. Thanks for liking it. I'm very happy that you liked it. It's also one of my favorites, to be honest, of the album. I like very much the sound of the synths, the groove of the drums, and it's the structure of the song. Actually, I like it a lot. It's like telling a story by itself. It has a start, it has an end, so it's like a whole journey. And yeah, all of our references and influences are there. And especially Depeche Mode, I think you can listen some Depeche Mode into it. I hope that we didn't copy something or didn't steal, but I'm very happy that our influences can be heard in our sound. Yeah, I love this song as well. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, that was Like Nothing as well. Do you have so far in your career, is there any time where you like to relive, that moment, or do you feel you're just scratching the surface at the moment, starting out?
We are actually at a point on our career and on our life as well, when we already have a lot of things to look back at. So it's a constant fight, towards nostalgia. We don't want to be very nostalgic, but sometimes we're always looking back and thinking about some very good times. One of those was a milestone on our career was a tour we had along with Craig Walker of Archive, which was opened doors that we shouldn't think of opening before, like playing big open air festivals around Europe, sharing stages with acts like Dead Can Dance, Lana Del Rey, and many other artists of this caliber. So yeah, that was a quite important milestone for us. But right now, we are very, very optimistic about what the future holds,
Yeah.
to be honest. We're just looking there. And yeah, I think that the things that coming up will be, exciting as well.
That's good spirit to have to remain positive, looking onwards, but still reflect back on fond memories.
Exactly.
And just one final thing, I best ask where's best to follow you, like on social media platforms or websites.
Mm-hmm. Our website is kinkaslave.card.co. And there you can find links to any platform, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, social media accounts. So I will not, share anything one by one. I don't want to tire you, but it's everything on our website. So if you just Google King as Slave, we will find everything.
Great. Well,
It's
Panos
all
from
there.
King as Slave, thanks for joining me on today's show. Just getting you on, just find out a little bit about yourself and your collective. And we'll preview your new single, which we just talked about, All In, on my show. Thanks for joining me on the Danielson Radio Show, based here in the UK, but does go worldwide as well.
Thank you very, very much for having me. It was very
You're very
nice.
welcome.